I started in 1992 as a volunteer.
I've been a CASA for about 21 years.
I became a CASA in 2001, so it means I've been a CASA for 14 years now.
I got trained as a CASA volunteer in 2004.
I came to CASA in 2006 as a CASA volunteer because I was really drawn to the mission. I wanted to help children who haven't been as fortunate as I was as a child and as my own children have been.
When I started, Vivian Watts was the executive director and Vince Picciano was the president of the board, and they worked really, really hard. We had limited resources, limited personnel, and they actively grew the program and brought in more and more professional people.
The selection of people to be CASA volunteers was not nearly as sophisticated as it is now.
We were next door at 4101 Cambridge Road, and the building was a mess, to say the least.
And it wasn't well ventilated or heated or cooled.
The board at the time thought it was a good move to move into a better facility since we were growing so rapidly. So we came to 4103 and it was like night and day.
I think it evolved over time more than anything else. I think the judges in the court have had a lot of input too.
Of course, the mission is the same, and we're still providing a wonderful, high-quality service to abused and neglected children, but our organization has changed. We're much more professional.
I remember when that dry erase board that used to sit out in the front office seemed to have an unlimited number of children who needed to be served, and it seemed like we could never quite catch up. And now it's exactly the reverse. We have CASA volunteers waiting to take cases, which was always the goal.
The vetting process now to become a CASA is tremendously improved, where we don't have people going through the course where we're wasting time training them and they drop out before they even take a first case.
The camaraderie between CASA volunteers is tremendous compared to when I was here. It was like we never met. It was just you were on your own. It's not the way it is anymore.
And I think that sense of community and family has kept everyone very engaged and has also inspired CASA volunteers to stay longer, to take more cases, and to serve more children.
The trend is set to keep improving, and I think new innovative ideas in training, for instance, the new flex training that's coming about now.
You are representing that child, and from my experiences, CASA volunteers have done an outstanding job.
My heartfelt thanks for the work that you do, for standing up every day for children, for never giving up, for bringing this work home with you at night and worrying about it. I offer you my deepest gratitude.
I just appreciate working with all of you. You make my job enjoyable and fun.
What I notice is that they go beyond advocacy. They really care about the children, even to the point where we had a child who was scared to ride an escalator, and one of our CASA volunteers took the time to ride up and down the escalator with him so he wouldn't be scared anymore.
You know, they don't get paid for what they do when they come out and help the children.
I didn't think that I was going to go to college. When I first came into care, I still didn't, even when I had my CASA, but then she started taking me on college visits, and I really enjoyed that. I didn't think it was an opportunity or even a choice for a kid like me, and then I come into foster care and then hear about the 3% who actually, go to college from being in foster care. So I didn't really think that was an option. And until Miss Nancy said that, yes, you can get into college. These are the resources that you can have. So that's why I am where I am, because of Miss Nancy.
Rachel and I were matched up when I was 14, and I was placed into the foster care system. Looking back at it now, Rachel was not just my CASA. I never saw her as someone who was court appointed or anything like that. I saw her as a friend, and because I saw her as a friend, I really trusted Rachel. And I know that she used everything all the information I shared with her to advocate for me in the best way possible, which is why I probably ended up in some really great foster homes. I'm just here to say thank you, and I'm here to say thank you to all the volunteers, my CASA, the staff, everybody who partners with CASA to make sure that kids like me end up being successful, and I do consider myself successful, and go on and go to college and graduate and have a great stable job and things like that and can take care of themselves, that we don't just become another statistic. Thank you. Thank you.